Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Upon the mountain, my Lord spoke. Out of his mouth came fire and smoke. Looked all around me, he looked so fine, till I asked my Lord if I was mine.
Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Jordan River, it's chilly and cold. It chills the body, but not the soul. It ain't but one train, a woman strike. It runs to heaven and right back.
Every time I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit, I will pray. I will pray. I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart.
We are one Elevate.
We are one mission.
We are one community.
I want them to see a future of hope.
They take care of us. They treat us like we're family.
I feel like there's someone always there for me.
Everybody just needs that one person to believe in them, that one person to push them, that one person to love on them and to guide them.
People seeing potential within me that I didn't see within myself.
No one gets there alone.
No one gets there alone.
No one gets there alone.
We are one Elevate.
We are one mission.
We are one community.
One Elevate, one mission.
One community.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. How we all doing today? Y'all having a good morning? Well, welcome everybody to Elevate Orlando's 2023 annual Vision Breakfast. My name is Savannah Leinbach, and I'm a senior at Oak Ridge High School. Personally, I've been with Elevate since my 8th grade year, so it's going on 5 years now, and after high school, I plan to attend college and major in education. I do also want to thank all of our virtual viewers for being with us tonight. Our motto for this year is One Elevate, One Mission, Our Community. As you sit with us tonight, sit with us this morning, and hear all of our stories, I want you guys to think about how you can impact students like me and help change our lives, because no one gets there alone.
Team, I will be graduating a year early with my associate's in arts degree. I hope to get into an Ivy League.
Right after graduation, I'm planning on becoming a firefighter for Orange County.
I'm going to Valencia. I want to be an ultrasound tech.
I'm a graduating senior at Evans High School, and I plan to be a pediatric nurse.
I'm also a senior, and I'm going to be a Navy officer.
I want our kids to leave here knowing that they have a purpose and that they're valuable.
Our mission is to make sure each student has the tools to do whatever it is they want to do after graduation. We prepare them for college and connect them to opportunities like here at the Disney on the Yard HBCU College Fair. 60 students from Evans, Oak Ridge, and Jones High School had the opportunity to explore what dozens of colleges had to offer. Outstanding Elevate Orlando student Janelle Reed was offered a $75,000 scholarship to Bethune-Cookman University. The scholarship meant a lot to know that I'm going to be debt-free when, going on to college, and also just because, my parents are not in the situation where they can pay for my schooling. So, being surprised with that scholarship just lifted a huge burden off my shoulders.
We had an amazing senior dinner. Our Elevate students were awarded $69,000 in scholarships.
In one of our favorite programs, Summer Blast, a 4-week program for Elevate 8th graders, they visit colleges, experience adventure, and learn the mindset of success. Many of our students experienced firsts, including roller skating, field trips to local museums, state parks, college tours, and so much more. So Elevate has shaped me in ways that I don't think anybody else could have.
It made me open my mind to different experiences, conquer different fears, overcome boundaries and stuff.
I really enjoy these things that I never would have thought that I would have been able to do or be a part of.
That was great, that was great. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you once again, and welcome to our 2023 Elevate Orlando Vision Breakfast. My name is Jonas Kao, and I am the new president of Elevate Orlando. Come on. I've been part of Elevate since 2011. I started off as a teacher mentor, but like the old poet Drake once said, started from the bottom, now we're here. As our wonderful Savannah just stated, our mission, actually, our slogan this morning is One Elevate, One Mission, Our Community. Matter of fact, say it with me. One Elevate, One Mission, Our Community. We are One Elevate because it takes people from the community to kind of solve the problems in the community. And I don't know if you know it, our community needs as much help as we could get. So right now, we just want to take the time to acknowledge our Elevate family. Without these people, we would not have an Elevate. So please, with all staff, faculty, teacher mentors, students, alumni, board members, and even family of board members, and OCPS community, would you all stand now to be recognized? These are the amazing heroes and sheroes that make up Elevate. A few special recognitions. I would like to say thank you to our wonderful founder, Mr. Jack McGill. Our board chair, Lance, is over here somewhere. Lance Walker, who's our board chair from Walker & Company. Also, our former president, Ms. Sherry Paramore. Where are you, Sherry? She's somewhere over here. Madam President, I sit on your shoulders. And last but not least, I would like to also say a special thank you to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Dr. Katia Kao. Where are you? Where are you, baby? Without her, I would not be doing what I'm doing. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I am that husband. Don't hate. But we can't do this alone. No, it takes special partners to do all the things that Elevate has done, especially this wonderful event. So right now, I just want to state all of our Vision Breakfast sponsors. Would you please hold the applause until after all the names are stated? Our title sponsors, Bourne Financial Group, Greenberg Treuig, Ravago Americas, Walker & Company, South State Bank, Beacon Point, and of course, Titan Properties. Our vision sponsors, Aventon Companies, Elizabeth and Michael Crescente, J.M. Williams Contractors, Liberty Investment Properties, and OUC, the reliable one. Our breakfast sponsors, Alliance Residential Company, Paul E. Rosenthal, Ackerman LLP, Poulos and Bennett, Shuri Homes, MI Homes, and the Winter Park National Bank. Can we all give it up for our Vision Breakfast sponsors this morning? To all of our sponsors, from the bottom of my heart and also the Elevate board and staff, we say thank you for your support. Now it's time for the show. You're going to see the incredible stories from our students and learn everything you need to know about Elevate Orlando. But right now, I have the special privilege to pause for our invocation. And the person going to do the invocation has been one of our community partners since the very beginning. So if you could please a warm Elevate welcome to Young Life's very own, Miss Michelle Hamilton.
Well, good morning. Can we please give it up for Jonas, please? I have the privilege of being a community partner with Elevate Orlando, and many of the students that you see here, we've been able to pour into together, but it does not happen without you. It does not happen without grace. So right now, let's go to the Father to bless this breakfast and bless the vision of Elevate Orlando. Let's pray. Father, we just thank you so much this morning. When we think of all that you have done, it brings us to our knees. God, we thank you for being the creator of heaven and in earth and the one that has given us the ability to serve your children. God, I pray that from your glorious, unlimited resources that you will empower all of us with inner strength that comes from your spirit. God, I pray that our roots will go down deep into your love. I pray that we will be lost because it is high, deep, long, and wide. Father, may we have the power to understand, as all of your children should, the greatness of your love and your grace. God, Psalms 118:24 says, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it." So God, we thank you so much for this breakfast. We thank you for every student, every teacher mentor, every community partner in here. God, bless us. Bless this day. Thank you that we can be one in you, one in the community, and one as catalysts of change for our adolescents here in Central Florida. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for that prayer. We should all start our morning with a prayer. I wanted you guys to all take this time to get to know the students at your table and get to know a little bit more about their stories. You guys have fun, share, and enjoy the rest of the morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, good morning and God bless you all. We have a lot of good people in here this morning. You guys look good. Before we hear from one of our amazing teacher mentors, Miss Abril Rodriguez, let us hear from a champion of ours, Oak Ridge High School principal, Mr. Benjamin Alvarado.
Good morning. Thank you. As mentioned, I am Ben Alvarado. I'm the proud principal of Oak Ridge High School, established in 1959, where our core values are academics, opportunities, and service, with our student pillars being leadership, relationships, and excellence. It's a privilege to be able to speak to you, not about Elevate the program in name only, but about a program that creates mentorships, impacts students, and creates a relationship with their school so that together we can propel students to a future beyond anything imaginable. At least this has been my experience with Elevate Orlando. Today you had the opportunity to hear from some students, and I hope you heard of the impact Elevate has on our future. At Oak Ridge, Elevate Orlando has impacted our students through leadership, confidence, and personal growth. At least that's what my students are telling me. Our students like Joel, Joel who has found his passion when working with elementary school students. Joel sees how he can impact his future by mentoring and working with a generation that will be his future. How about Elevate, who's had an impact on Francisco? In his 1 year in Elevate, he's been able to grow to be a better version of himself, and states that without Elevate, he would not have encountered the opportunities he has had up to this point. I have another student, Salman. He described his impact as being part of an environment that allows him to be honest, vulnerable, but above all, safe. You see, when I talk to my students and I hear words like growth, opportunities, confidence, to me, those are words that will transform our world and shape it into a better place. The mentorship that Elevate provides is one that Isaiah will tell you is impactful, as the teacher mentors know how to connect with students, and that the classroom energy is unmatched. To quote my students, we just click. You see, Elevate's teacher mentors work with students in a capacity that classroom teachers don't always have the time for. My students will tell you that their teacher mentor advises them on how to be the best version of themselves, to be leaders, and to be true to themselves. My students look forward to the mentorship continuing to grow beyond the walls of our school building. They will tell you, and I quote, "They are my greatest supporter, the best teacher I've ever had." As a school, Elevate and I work together as we share the same goal, students first, pushing students to reach their maximum potential. We believe that our future is dependent on the young people, and that it's not an option to sit back and let the cards fall where they may. At Oak Ridge, we are all pioneers. Elevate Orlando is a medium to help our pioneers become trailblazers. We share, discuss, and support one another as pioneers to pave the way to a new frontier. The only investment that we can guarantee a return on is students. Just like the game changers that were Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright, Oak Ridge High School has Elevate. It takes a partnership, a collaboration to do the unimaginable, because at the end of the day, no one gets there alone. Thank you.
I'm a little short. Good morning, Vision Breakfast. Buenos dias, Vision Breakfast. You know, when I was asked to do this, I started laughing. I said, you want me to come up here and speak to 300 people? That's 600 eyes. My anxiety went through the roof, but I said, if it's for Elevate, my answer will always be yes. Elevate and I go way back, specifically 2013. I love sharing this story because it quite literally changed my life forever. Has anyone in here ever heard of the butterfly effect? Anybody? Okay, cool. If you haven't, it claims that one small butterfly flapping its wings can cause a typhoon. In short, it rests on the notion that one small occurrence can influence a much larger, complex system. The butterfly in my story is a bite-sized Snickers. Let me paint the picture. Oak Ridge High School, massive cafeteria, tons of tables presenting their electives, and are they showing pictures? Hey, that's Ravel. Oh, hey, that's you, yeah. And the smart tables offered candy. 15-year-old me didn't care much about what the tables had to say, but cared all about the free chocolate. I approached one of these tables, and I traded my student information for a bite-sized Snickers. Junior year, I received my schedule, and I see a class printed on there that I've never heard of, Elevate. Y'all, I hated it. My teachers were all up in my business, way too happy in the morning, okay? And already pushing for a notion of internal improvement when we met 3 days ago. Don't worry though, it took about a week to change my mind. So before I dive deeper into the story, let me explain my background. There's a side of me that is pretty much obvious to everyone in this room. I'm Latina, I'm short, don't let the heels trick you, okay? And I'm young. The part that is not so obvious is that I grew up in a room with bars on the windows to prevent burglaries, with a single mother who did her absolute best to put a meal on the table. I always knew I wanted to go to college, I just wasn't sure how I was going to go about it. You see, we struggled financially, and my father, although present in my life, lived in Puerto Rico. And my parents quickly learned that the government wasn't too kind with people who had a language barrier. Guess who did all of the translating? Meaning I was very well aware of what was happening around me, even though my parents tried their best to conceal the ugly. The following year, I was all alone because all my friends decided to graduate. Except I wasn't alone, I'm being dramatic. I had Elevate. I had my teachers and familiar faces from the previous year. The whole entire reason why I decided not to have an easy early release senior year was because I needed Elevate. I needed family, I needed the adventures, I needed familiarity, I needed consistency, and you see, that is what this program offers our students, consistency. Someone who consistently checks in 24/7, a consistent curriculum, consistent culture. Consistency is what a Title School I demographic lacks, and Elevate provides. So, moving on, at the time, Elevate Orlando offered one full ride scholarship. We were partnered for Rollins College. I ended up applying to the scholarship not because I wanted to, but because my wonderful teacher mentor, Ms. Sharonda Thomas, sat me down and did not give me an option. She did not. She also helped me apply to FAFSA because when I tell you I did not know what I was doing, I did not know what I was doing. Did you know if your parents are divorced, you have to know the exact month and year that your parents filed paperwork? Imagine how awkward that conversation was with my mom, like beep, boop, boop. Hello, mommy? Yeah, when did you decide you were over, papi? Anyways, long story short, I got the scholarship, $40,000. To put things in perspective for you, $40K was 4 times what my mother was making a year, okay? So it made a huge difference. I graduated high school in 2015, and in 2017, I was called to share my Elevate story to potential donors, me and my best friend, Diana. They called me, and at this point, I had shared my story already numerous times, and for whatever reason, I did not want to go. But I told my best friend this, and she said, well, you don't have to go, but I'm going to go. It may be an opportunity. And with the friendly peer pressure and some push from Ms. Tatiana Montanez, I decided to go. And little did I know that going there allowed me to meet the assistant to one of the senior vice presidents of Ravago Americas. And she mentioned she was a communications major, and my ears perked. I emailed her to pick her brain. She invited me over for some coffee at her office, and little did I know that I was being interviewed for an internship. And I worked at Ravago for 4 years after that. And then after the 4-year mark, COVID hit. Everyone say, boo. We were working remote, and it had been almost 2 years since I graduated college, and I was looking to serve my true purpose. My best friend called me, letting me know the Elevate reached out to her to see if she was interested in a position. And she had moved, so she passed along the message, and I quite literally inserted myself back into the narrative. I called my first ever teacher mentor, now president, Mr. Jonas Kao, and asked for an opportunity. Well, I think you know where the story ends next. I got the job and became the first Elevate alumni to become a teacher mentor. And now, I work at the amazing Evans High School, Hi. Yes, and get to pour into my kids the way that I was once poured into. Now I stand in front of you as a testimony of what this program is. I would not be where I am today if it was not for Elevate and the opportunities they granted. It started with one person believing in me and opening doors that I did not have access to. Every single person in this room has a key to doors that our students need. The secret sauce works, and I truly don't know where I'd be or how different my life would look if Elevate did not come into it. Be mindful of all of your actions, of all of your choices. I did not realize that my seed was being planted 10 years ago. I leave you with this. Eat the bite-sized Snickers. It may change your life forever. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I welcome back our operations director.
Let's give it up for Abril Rodriguez. What an amazing job. You see, this is what makes us different. We hire superheroes like her. All of our teacher mentors are superheroes without capes. It takes special people to do what we do. So let's give it up for our teacher mentors in this room. From what you just heard, we help students grow holistically. Abril is the first alumni we hired as a teacher mentor. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce you to our first alumni, who's the first NFL player, Mr. Kirby Joseph. Kirby is a starting safety for the Detroit Lions. Rookie season, he intercepted Aaron Rodgers 3 times. It should have been 5 times, so we still have to show him how to use his hands because... So I have this question for you, Kirby. What does Elevate mean to you?
Elevate means everything to me. It definitely does have a special place in my heart. One thing Elevate has taught me is integrity, and that's something I take pride in, and it's something I took pride in throughout college and now in the NFL. I just want to say I'm very blessed for this opportunity, and I thank y'all all for having me here. Thank you.
So now I'm going to talk about our 5 distinctives and what makes us different. As you can see, we hire full-time salary teacher mentors. It takes special people to do what we do. Our year-round programming. We not only teach throughout the school year, we have a summer program for 8th grade students, and then we do community service when it comes to holidays. Cross-age mentoring, this is part of the special sauce, where our students that we teach at the high school level will in turn go to elementary school and teach character qualities and life skills to elementary school students. And then our long-term relational approach. We impact students from 2nd to 12th grade. There have been times when I've been in class and a student that we taught in 5th grade would say, Mr. J-Rod, you remember me in 5th grade? I was like, no, you're making me look old, man. I don't remember you. So we impact students from 2nd to 12th grade. And then our fall program area, which is the heartbeat of what we do. Accredited classes, you guys know that we do teach character qualities and life skills. But the heartbeat of what we do is the mentoring and adventure piece. We build relationships with students. And how do we do that? Adventure is a big piece. We give our students their first what? Their first time ever eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Their first time going to the beach. Their first time ever going to Disney World. And then our post-secondary, which is very dear to our hearts. College is not for everyone, but education is. And we pride to get our students, if it's not college, it's trade school. If it's not trade school, it's the military. And this is what makes us different. Now we're going to watch one of the videos of our student stories from Miss Simone Maddox. Thank you.
These last few years have been a little rough for me and my mom. We've been bouncing from house to house, from shelter to shelter, so we have been homeless for the last 2 or 3 years. We don't know what that day is gonna bring. We don't know if something bad is gonna happen while we're living in the car. My name is Simone Maddox. I go to Jones High School and I'm class of 2023. I'm the only person taking care of my mom. She just had surgery. We don't really have anybody else. Elevate, they've been helping her really, really a lot. For my mom to just rely on me and my job, so we're going from paycheck to paycheck. It's super hard.
Simone has just endured a lot. She's endured a lot more than I think should be asked of a child. And I've just watched her be resilient. I met Simone 5 years ago. She was in 8th grade. Simone was a ball of energy. Like, you could not miss her presence walking into a room.
That first day, like, I walked into the classroom, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna know each other for a long time. Miss Smith is loving, she's kind, she's very outgoing. Love her with all of my heart.
I think the biggest thing Elevate has done is put opportunity in front of a student that is deserving and capable. I think a lot of times kids have like within them what they need to survive, but they don't have the proper opportunities in order to really thrive. And so I feel like Elevate did just that for her.
Elevate has pushed me out of my shell. I was really shy, I didn't really talk to anybody like that. But now I'm opening big events for Elevate Orlando. I'm going on a big screen, I'm talking in front of people. So I don't think I would be doing this without Elevate.
She's an innovator and just a leader. She saw that there was no step team here and started one on her own. She just has a heart like no other and a spirit like no other. And I hope that that part of her just never dims because she is this change that the world needs to see. She's a kid that I just want to be cheering on for the rest of her life and whatever she's doing.
I thank everybody who's been helping me because we have a roof over our head right now. And we're still living and we're thriving.
Right?
Hey, Miss Smith.
Hey, Simone.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Girl, you were cute in that video now. Okay.
Girl.
Hold up, we being rude. We need to say hi to the audience. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Good morning.
everyone.
How y'all doing?
How are y'all doing today?
Good,
y'all
good.
sound
That's
too
awesome.
confident.
That's awesome. Okay, so they timed me, so I need to go. Y'all, I am a dangerous woman with a mic, but they gave me a time limit, so let me get started. I have a few questions, Simone, that the people just want to know.
The people want to know.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I guess I will. Hello, my name is Simone Maddox, aka Cookie. I'm known as Cookie throughout the entire Elevate. I've been with Elevate for 5 years, since middle school. I am captain and founder of a step team that I started at the Great Jones High School. I have a business and a nonprofit, and I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I know you told us that you've been with us for 5 years, and you mentioned some entrepreneurial stuff, so I hope we had something to do with that, girl. Okay, how did you get involved with us?
I got involved when I was in middle school, 8th grade year, so I've been with Elevate for about 5 years. My counselor, he kind of just threw it on my schedule, and I was like, okay, we just gonna rock with it, even though I really didn't want to because I didn't want to go, because the dean's name was on my class. It wasn't Miss Smith's name. So I was like, okay, and ever since then, ever since that first day when me and Mr. Randa, we clicked, it's just been memories ever since.
I love it. So 5 years, tons of memories, a lot of memories. Can you share with us, what do you think is the greatest impact Elevate has had on you?
I would say the greatest impact Elevate has had on me is having somebody who walks alongside me day by day through every step, but also having somebody to talk to 25/8. During those bad times when I was deep down in my head and depressed, Miss Smith, she's always been there. Mr. T, he's always been there. When my mom had surgery and she was in recovery and I needed somebody to take me to get my license, Miss Smith, she was that one person that took me to get my license. But not only that, since I've been with Elevate for so long, for about 5 years, I've taken all that stuff that they've poured into me, all those life-changing skills, I'm pouring back into my middle school, Memorial Middle School, and I now coach their step team.
Girl, fulfilling the mission, contributing to your community. Come through, come through. I just want to shine a light on just that. What you just said is something that we at Elevate call 360 mentoring. And so as mentors, like we pour into you guys, but Elevate provides mentors for the mentors. Shout out to Melissa and Leslie in the audience. It's just such a beautiful picture. I almost picture it like a cup. So as somebody is pouring into my cup, I get to pour into somebody else's. And so just for the audience, I want you to ask yourself, who is pouring into your cup? Do you have a mentor? If you don't, go find one. If you do, cherish and thank them. And don't hold all that juice to yourself. Pour some out. Give to somebody else. Who are you mentoring? All right, let me get back, y'all, because I can keep going. I would love to hear, Simone, what are some experiences and opportunities that you got through Elevate?
Ooh, it's been so many, but I've had my first job with them. I was an intern during Summer Blast, so that was a really good opportunity for me to reach out and help the ninth graders their first year in high school. I've also done many college visits. I'm looking at the future colleges for my future. I've also done job shadows, and they also give me a chance to have a mentor at Animal Kingdom. Since I do want to be a veterinarian, they have given me a mentor at Animal Kingdom, Miss Natty Hall. She gives me all the perks and the insides of being a veterinarian at Animal Kingdom.
So from a first job to training you and preparing you for that future career, just incredible. Okay, incredible. Last question.
Oh, Lord.
It's time to go. They kicking us off the stage. So let me get you this last question. We want to know, don't stop there. Tell us what's next, how is senior year going, what's gonna happen when you graduate?
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm ready. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. So as y'all see in the video, I had a rough start to my senior year. Me and my mom, we were bouncing around house from house, shelter, and from hotels. So we didn't really have a stable place to live. And not having a stable place to live, that made me start my senior year, my last year of high school, online. Starting online, that really made me go into a bad mental state because being home all the time, especially during that environment that I was in, it just made me have a bad mindset, but I also felt like I was missing out on memories, especially in my last year of high school. But Elevate, they made sure that I got out the house. They made memories that I thought I was missing out on. During that time, I couldn't really see the light that was at the end of the tunnel, but now that I'm back enrolled at Jones High School, thanks to my Jones family and my Elevate family, I see that light at the end of the tunnel. After high school, I would like to go to college. I've been looking into FSU, but I do have other schools that I would like to look more into. I want to become a veterinarian. I get all my certificates and degrees on becoming a veterinarian and expand my nonprofit animal rescue, Maddox Animal Rescue Incorporated, and my business, Balloons by Cookie. I want to work on my goal of decreasing the population of homeless animals and people.
Incredible. Can y'all give her one more round of applause? Aww.
Thank you.
It's so sad to let this mic go, but I must. So I'm gonna call back up our president, Mr. Jonas Keo.
Give it up one more time for Simone and Miss Smith, everyone. You know, I'm trying not to get emotional because April's story hit me so hard. I remember where she just started off, and now she's working for us. It's just so amazing with the power of Elevate. So I want to start really quickly and tell you my background. Growing up in a Haitian household, living in the Pond Hills community, graduating from the great Evans High School, don't hate. I've seen firsthand the impact a positive mentor or the lack of one can have on today's youth. Actually, studies show that 75% of crimes committed are committed by high school dropouts. $1 million, it costs $1 million society-wise per high school dropout that goes into a life of crime and also drugs. Adversely, studies show that it's a 50% decline in dropout rates, and also school engagements nearly double when a student have a positive mentor in their life. That's why Elevate is so crucial. Our teacher mentors provide our mission, which is building long-term, life-changing relationships with urban youth, equipping them to thrive and give back to their community. Now, this is the exciting part for me. I get to give you a recap of some of the accomplishments that we had last year and also give you our strategic goals for 2024. Now, our annual current budget is $1.94 with a capital M. Next year, we'll increase to $2 million with another capital M. But I'm glad to say for the third straight year in a row, we received a clean audit. Give it up for that. She's not in the room, but it's primarily because of our finance director, Ms. Sarah Hansen, who helps us with that. Also, 81% of all income comes to Elevate goes to our program. So 81% goes directly back into the schools. With your help, we were actually able to buy new vehicles from our aging ones and provide that so we could transport our students to college visits and job shadows and after-school activities. Now, I'm no fool, so I know I needed help to raise our funds. So I needed some black girl magic, y'all. And I hired one of the most passionate people I know, our new Director of Advancement, Ms. Stephanie Moses, who stands over there. Give it up for Stephanie. She has a passion for our students. She's actually a former teacher mentor herself and also our former post-secondary coordinator. And she has the it factor. She's a change maker. Please go and talk to her. You'll know exactly what I mean after you speak to her. But long-term goals. So Elevate has 4 strategic long-term goals. Number 1, we want to expand to every Title I school in OCPS. The 2 schools remaining are Wekiva High School and Colonial High School. When we go into a high school, we also go into the feeder schools, the middle schools, and the elementary schools as well. Number 2, we want to add the position of alumni coordinator, which is going to be a person that follows our students at least 2 years after they graduate after high school so they could have certainty that they have a plan and they succeed. Number 3, and this is probably my staff's favorite, we want to provide competitive wages for our teacher mentors to meet the benchmark of OCPS wages. I also, come on. Thank you for clapping, Eddie. I also want to recognize that Elevate Orlando is one of the few nonprofits that pay 100% benefits, that's dental, and also investments 401k as well. That's right. Lastly, and this is very exciting, we are partnering up with Lift Orlando and moving into a new Heart of West Lakes Wellness Center near the Paramore and Washington Shores community to be closer to our students, and so our students and community can have access to us, which we are very excited. But I am confident all those dreams could happen and come true with partners just like you. Because honestly, it takes people in the community to solve problems of the community. We don't have to wait for nobody. We could do it by working together. Now I'm excited to introduce our new Director of Advancement, Ms. Stephanie Moses, is going to talk more about our corporate partnership and beyond. Give it up for Stephanie, everybody. My apologies. And our new post-secondary director, Mr. Reggie Timothy.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Reginald Timothy. I am the new post-secondary coordinator for Elevate Orlando. And this morning, I get a chance to talk to you guys about one of our community partners. As you guys know, our community partners is really the backbone of what we do for Elevate Orlando. And this year, we've had the amazing opportunity to work with UCF and their medical program. They've been such a wonderful partner, just really exposing our students to all the various opportunities and just really helping them see how far they can take themselves for anything in medicine. So Stephanie, you tell a little bit more?
So before we bring them up, I just want to say, you can see from some of the pictures some of the amazing opportunities our kids are able to have. And every kid that's at your table, every kid that we have in our program has incredible potential inside of them. But the thing that they lack sometimes is access. And community partners give our students access to resources, to opportunities, to experiences where they can unlock that potential inside of them. And so as we honor our UCF Meds program today and bring our guests on stage, the thing that they have given our students is a way, an opportunity to unlock everything that's already inside of them, especially for those that are interested in any part of the medical field. And Dr. McIntosh is gonna say a few words about the program really quickly.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Tracy McIntosh. I'm the Associate Dean for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at University of Central Florida's College of Medicine. Diversity and representation in healthcare and in medicine matters a lot. I wish I could stand before you and say that doctors were perfect, we have no bias, we see no color, we're colorblind, and we treat everyone the same. But the fact is, having representation, having diverse physicians, physicians' associates, nurses, it matters a lot, and it helps our patients to eliminate health disparities from their conditions. This program that I'd like to share with you about, which is led by some of our students who are here, I'd like to introduce Yami, Lynn, and Hannah. This program is called the Medical Enrichment for Diverse Students program, and the goal is to provide access, mentorship, and really the blueprint for how to get into medicine. Some of you may have doctors in your family. Some of our students have doctors in their parents, in their grandparents, who show them how to get to medical school. They provide access to shadowing and to research, to amazing summer experiences. If you come from a family where nobody in your family has gone to college, let alone to medical school, you don't know how to get there. And through programs like MEDS, we provide that blueprint for students so that a student from any community, any zip code, can achieve their dream of becoming a veterinarian, a nurse, a PA, or a doctor. And so this program is new in the last few years. We've included an aspect this year focused on mental health, knowing that that's a big aspect that we want to encourage and support students in. And we look forward to growing this program. This year we had about 30 students. We hope to grow that with more resources and support. And we also look forward to this summer having more of the Elevate Orlando students join our one-week free program where we focus on clinical skills, mentorship, and letting students see themselves in our shoes through direct experiences at our College of Medicine, at our nursing schools, and our partner colleges. So we thank you for your support of Elevate Orlando. We benefit from that because we have access to the students through this program, and we look forward to working with these amazing students for years and years to come. Thank you.
So we want to say thank you to all of our community partners. Thank you to UCF Meds. Next, if you have ever been to a Vision Breakfast before, if you are a long-term friend of Elevate, these next two faces will not be strangers to you. I'm going to bring up Mr. Z and Brandon Lewis, our alumni, to highlight the long-term relationship and the journey that Elevate can have with a student, even once they're into their post-secondary journey.
Having the wrong people around you can really take you down. The biggest thing that draws kids into like gang life is really just you get quick money, you have the opportunity to buy nice clothes, and outside of sports, that's how I would dedicate my time. It's like carjacking or stealing phones. Those are things I was involved in, and then eventually when we got more into like carrying guns, 9mm 380s, of course. I can name people that I'm close with that have been killed or murdered because of gang violence.
Remember me.
My oldest brother, pretty much he's in prison for murder. I remember times as a child, just like the whole entire SWAT team would come and they would have guns pointing at the house, guns pointing at me. It's like, wow, this is all I know. Like, this is normal. Only male figures I really had to look up to were my brothers who were in prison and my other brother who was murdered violently. And what you see, oftentimes is what you become. and what you consume is eventually what you put out. There was multiple times where I was arrested, but never, taken to jail because there was not enough evidence. And eventually, during my 8th grade year, my best friend at the time, we had robbed somebody. We took his phone, we took money, but somebody seen us do it who knew us. When they sent us to court, they charged me with armed robbery and battery and aggravated assault. So I was sent to juvenile detention center for 21 days. When I went to jail, my mom said, I lost my last child. I lost my last child. She told me just like this, if I lose you, I don't need to live at that point.
If something happened for him, I'm finished. That's all I hope I have. I don't have no more.
My mother put it on 3-way with my brother in prison. He literally said, what are you doing? Do you want to end up like me? You see that a mother needs you. And the mother who came to America to, create that American dream for her children. At that point, that's when I started to realize, like, this is not the life I really want for myself. The greatest advice that I've been given is to write my life in pencil and not in pen. It means understand you can make mistakes, but just be mindful of the mistakes that you make. One mistake can lead to you writing a pen and you can't erase it. That's when I had to really make the sacrifice and say, all right, let me find a different support.
Top of the morning, how y'all doing? Go ahead, let's give a nice round, warm welcome for the man, the myth, the legend, and the future president of the United States of America, Brandon Lewis.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Lewis. I am a 4th-year senior at Florida State University, studying finance. And just to mention, I am a first-generation Haitian American.
Let's go. And my name is Alex Zengotita. I'm the Evans Pipeline Coordinator. Been with Elevate for almost 8 years now. Jesus, Lord. And we've known each other for about 7.5 years.
7.5 years, yeah.
That's crazy. All right, so let's get straight into it, man. This is the only man that can make me cry, by the way. So if y'all start seeing tears, don't mind me. At the end of the video, you talked about how you realized that you needed to make a change for yourself, right? And you said that you needed a different support system in your life, a different kind of support. And so I just wanted to ask you, I wanted you to share with the lovely people this morning, what was different about the support that you received from Elevate?
I think the biggest thing is Elevate provided a support system outside of what I was used to. Coming from a household where I'm the youngest of 5 siblings and being the only one to be born in America when the rest was born in Haiti, it was a big challenge for me growing up. Growing up in Esau, having my mother who couldn't read or write in English, working at Disney full-time as a maid, it was very difficult to see her struggle so much, and then having to endure the pain of seeing my brother get murdered and then my other brother go to prison for 35 years, it was a lot. Elevate provided that safe space because at times as Black men, it's hard for us to be vulnerable and to be ourselves. We often get involved with the wrong things that lead us down to a path. And when I went to jail when I was when I was in 8th grade, and Mr. Norwood, he was somebody who also helped me with that during that time. My mom, she put on 3-way, and I was speaking to my brother who was in prison, and my brother in prison said, "What are you doing?" And that meant a lot for me, and the Elevate just provided a safe space because I was not a bad child, I just needed the right guidance. And Elevate and Mr. Z and Mr. T and J-Rod and Mr. Negron, they just stepped in, and also Mr. Norwood, they stepped in at a time where I really needed additional support to show me the light, to see the potential within me. And I think that's what it really brought out of me.
That's beautiful, man. I love hearing that. And I just want you to kind of, we're gonna go through the years, right? And so through high school, met you in 9th grade. You were with Elevate all the way till you graduated. Graduated with a 4.0.
Yeah, 4.0.
Right? Full ride, Florida State University.
Full ride.
Go ahead, y'all. Full ride. First person in your family to go to college, first generation college student to go to college and graduate. Well, About to.
Yeah, graduate from high school. First person to graduate from high school out of 5 siblings. I am the youngest by 10 years, and I have, like I said, I'm the youngest of the 5. So yeah.
Come on, somebody. And then, so you graduated high school 2019, and that transition to college. What was that like? Being your first student and your first person in your family go to college. How was that experience?
It was a great experience. Like, I was very excited, but at the time it was very difficult. It was something new to me. I like coming from my community, Pine Hills, North Lane, going to Meadowbrook, and then going to Evans High School. You really don't get too many people who go off to college. And a lot of my peers were, instead of the lifestyle they chose for themselves, were a negative lifestyle. So being the first to do that within my community, it just was different. But it was a different type of different. I was uncomfortable, and I think, what it taught me is, it's important to be uncomfortable because you grow in those opportunities. The person I was when I was in 8th grade is totally different from the person I am today, but I think I'm thankful for that growth because of my mentors and the people who are dedicated to see me grow, who've seen the potential within myself when I didn't see potential within me. And I think that's what it provided.
You preaching now. All right, so quick, because we're running out of time, unfortunately. I want you to talk about how did Elevate take part in that transition. You graduating in May 5th, y'all. You graduating with your bachelor's degree in finance?
In finance.
All right. So how did Elevate take part of the transition to college, and then what's your plans after college?
So going to college, Elevate provided the transportation of my mother and me to college. They provided they helped me with necessities that I needed for my dormitory, and then not my dormitory, but my dorm. From then also just provided me with a laptop and everything I needed just to start off. Because I started off in CARE, which is a first generation college student program at FSU for low-income students. And it was just a great opportunity because they helped me with the transition. They provided the village I needed. And to talk a little bit about what I'm doing after graduation, Elevate helped me out a lot by just providing me with a plan. So my freshman summer, I interned with Vargo Americas, which was a great opportunity. And that just pretty much started the growth of me investing in what I'm doing after college. So I will be moving to San Francisco, California, where I'll be working with Gilead Sciences, that's a biotech company, as a financial analyst in a rotation program, starting in July, which is coming up really soon. But Elevate has pretty much stepped in my life and has provided support that I needed. And I think the biggest thing is with Elevate, they understand that you may not see the potential within yourself, but they see the potential within you. You coming in and they're always smiling. They're always talking about character qualities, integrity, vision. These are things that you're not used to as a student. But coming into Elevate, it allowed me to be vulnerable and put my guard down because, like I said, once again, as a black man, we're taught to be strong, resilient, have no feelings, no emotions. But it taught me to be vulnerable and to really express myself at all times because you never know who's looking. You never know who's looking for motivation or inspiration. And they were able to provide inspiration within me. And since then, I just took off running.
So, yeah. Man, we could go on for hours, y'all. We go on for hours. Last question. So how do you plan on giving back to the community? Because that's a big part of what we do, if you didn't know that.
I think a big giving back. I think I do that to this day. I am a part of a fraternity called Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm not gonna start, but I'm a part of a fraternity that's based on service. And Elevate Orlando has pretty much equipped me with that mindset before I even joined my fraternity, being a servant of all. And I think the biggest thing is understanding, like, you constantly giving back. Me moving to San Francisco, I plan on partnering with like-minded individuals that's a part of my fraternity and is doing different things. And then also starting a scholarship fund for students at Evans and also at Florida State University who come from similar backgrounds. And it's really trying to just provide the support. And then like my mentors, Mr. Michael Strayhorn, who's in the back, who also helped me out with the aspect of professional development. I want to do similar things like that, just being able to give back in a way where I may not be in the classroom, but just give back in a way where people who's interested in finance or business, and just teach them the way and show them that it's possible. Because oftentimes students like me, we don't understand that it's possible. We don't see the light until somebody helps, shine the light like at least once. So yeah.
Man, let me just say, this is a genuine dude, y'all. Like, what you see is what you get. I mean, I've been part of his life, been privileged to be part of his life since he was 13 years old, and it's crazy. It's just crazy seeing the evolution that has taken place. I just want to say I'm proud of you, dude, and I love you, man. I speak on behalf of everyone here when I say that. When I speak on behalf of all of Elevate. So God bless you, brother. All right, can't wait to have you back next year again.
Thank you.
So you can tell us about all your adventures. Thank you guys for your time. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our board chair. Let's welcome Mr. Lance Walker, y'all.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, I'm Lance Walker, and I'm honored to serve as the board chairman for Elevate Orlando. And on behalf of the entire dedicated board of directors that are here this morning, I'd like to join Jonas in thanking all of you for being here. I'd like to thank Full Sail. I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors. And I'd really like to thank our staff and our students for coming out this morning. I hope you had a chance to meet and spend some time with the ones that are sitting at your table. Truly, truly inspiring, and you get a little taste for what really Elevate's about. Well, I've been on the board for 3 years. My journey with Elevate started back in 2008. That 2008. When things were tighter than bark on a tree. But 3 of my friends who are here this morning, Greg, Stan, and Jack, asked if they could stop by the office and tell me about this exciting new non-for-profit they were going to start. And I was a little reluctant, to be honest with you, because I had a feeling that meeting might end with an ask for a donation. Probably that feeling that you guys have here this morning. But they told me about this program they were starting called Elevate, and they're going to go into Evans High School, a struggling Evans High School, and help the students there with a plan for the future. So my business partner, Al, and I were invited to go to a site visit, and we went and met with the principal at the time, David Christensen, and we went to a classroom, and we met the teacher mentors, we saw the interaction with the students, and we got to interact with the students ourselves. And it was kind of hard to grasp at first, but this is a civic non-for-profit that's been invited by the public school system to come in and teach a class on character development and leadership qualities. You know, we said this really is something different and unique. And those same teachers are going to do life with these students outside the classroom. So we decided to lean in, and with a shaky hand, we wrote that check. And in the last 14 years, we've given every year, both as a company and my wife Patricia and I personally. In those last 14 years, we've graduated almost 1,000 students through Elevate with a plan for the future. And today, as you heard, we reach almost 2,000 students a week in the 17 schools that we serve, which includes the middle schools and the elementary schools. Now, you heard the slogan, "No one gets there alone," and that sounds simple. And I have a new takeaway this morning. A child will be what they see, but what if they don't have a vision and they can't see what that looks like? You know, one of the missing components for a lot of these students, or any students, is hope. Hope for a better education, a better job opportunity, a safer neighborhood. They don't lack the desire, they just lack the how-to. How do we get there? And that's what Elevate does through our passionate teacher mentors. They show the path to these students, and they just don't point them down the path, they walk down that path with them, and that's the difference. It's the relationship. And you heard the stories today, they're inspiring. You know, that's what Elevate does. It's one Elevate, it's one mission, and it's our community. You heard about the aspirations, and I won't go over those too much, but we serve 3 out of the 5 Title I high schools in Orange County. We'd love to expand to Colonial and Wekiva, and we're making great progress on opening a new high school. We're also expanding into post-secondary, so we can follow our high school graduates for 2 years after they graduate, because those first 2 years of college are a challenge, especially if you're the first one in your family that's ever been. And if college isn't for you, many of you who own businesses or have relationships in the industry, there's a lot of Brandons out there, and we need to get them on your list because we want them to have a career path, not just a job. So I'd like to invite you to do 3 things this morning. The first one's easy because you already did it. You accepted the invitation to be here, and thank you for that. The second is, perhaps you consider coming to a site visit and visiting Oak Ridge, Jones, or Evans High School. There's a chance you may not have been to one of those 3 high schools yet, but we'd invite you to come see the magic that happens by doing a site visit. It just takes an hour, and we'll feed you lunch. If you can't make it there, we'd love to come to you. Maybe your company has a lunch and learn program, and we have a road show, and we'd love to show up and bring it to your company and expand our network. Lastly, if you're compelled this morning, I'd like to invite you to invest in Elevate Orlando. So if our table captains now, there's an envelope, if you would just pass out those pledge cards, and I'll take a minute to walk you through it. While you're doing that, you've probably heard 100% of our funds are raised privately, and 100% of every dollar stays right here in Orange County. So know that you're supporting your community. So it costs about, here's the pledge card. One thing I would like everyone to do, regardless of what you do on the back, is please fill out the front. We'd like to get your name, your company name, your contact info. Jonas and Stephanie would like to follow up and just thank you. And if you have any questions, they'd be happy to answer them at that time. Even if you're existing donors or board members, please fill out the card so everyone at the table will have one. And if you're an existing donor like me, whose pledge has expired, I'll be renewing mine this morning, so I'd ask you to do the same. Now, it costs $1,250 to put a student through Elevate per year. Perhaps you consider sponsoring one student for a year, or maybe one student for 4 years. There's lots of boxes to check here, and no amount too big will be turned down. But likewise, if that's not for you, no amount too small will be turned down either. So we appreciate anything that you'd be willing to do. There's also, on the right-hand side, an opportunity to check the box if you would like to do a site visit, host a job shadow, or discuss job opportunities and career opportunities. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ask Jonas to come back up because I know we're a few minutes over. And if you would, when you're done filling those out, if you would, please give them to the table captains. I'd like to thank you again for your time this morning, and I hope, like you, you're inspired by the work that Elevate's doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's give it up one more time for Mr. Lance Walker, everyone. Well, thank you so much. I know we're a little bit over, but thank you for being patient with us. A couple of things. I would like for you guys to go to our website or go to our YouTube channel. That's Elevate Orlando. Of course, some of the videos today was kind of shortened because of time, but if you want to see the full story of Brandon or Simone or our impact, go to our website, www.elevateorlando.org, and you can see all of that. I had to say that or else our marketing person would kill me. But we just want to say thank you once again. Please be sure to put those pledge cards back to the table captains, and they'll put it in the envelope so we can connect with you. Thank you once again, and remember, one Elevate, one mission, our community. No one gets there alone, and have a great Elevate Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elevate. Thank you, Elevate.
Thank you, Elevate. You're awesome.
I feel like there's someone always there for me. Like, I feel like if I need someone to run to, if I need someone to talk to, like if I'm feeling down or I just am excited or anything, I just have someone by my side.
Elevate is very caring and passionate and everything. They literally, they take care of us. They treat us like we're family.
I want to thank all the Elevate mentors for being who they are.
I was like, all right, this is my support team. This is my family. I wouldn't be where I am without the support system I had. I didn't do this all on my own.
Most of these students, they have it in them. They just don't have people that expect anything of them.
I thank you for everybody helping with everything.
Thank you, Elevate, for always being there for me.
Thank you, Elevate, for bringing so many important people into my life and helping me be myself.
I want to personally thank Elevate for making me feel as though I'm never and will never be an outcast.
We all need community. Elevate is so much bigger than a classroom setting, and it's so much bigger than a graduation day. Like, we really are for life first.
And I hope that many like freshmen or even middle schoolers, I hope they have that one person. I hope they get involved with Elevate, and I hope they can see that Elevate is going to help them and they're going to walk through life with you.
We are truly a family, and there are no outcasts in Elevate. Everyone has a place, everyone is seen, everyone is heard.
Every one of my students should know that they are worth something.
We really appreciate you, Elevate.
Thank you very much, Elevate.
We are one Elevate.
We are one mission.
We are one community.
One Elevate.
One mission.
One community.
So thank you, Elevate partners. We have lost a phone of one of our staff members. If you happen to find a phone,